See what it says record. And we're recording. All right, we're gonna start skinning black bear in Alaska. Want to locate the anus here. It's right here. And you should be able to tell where the center of the pad is. And you'll go from the center of the pad on down. Nice winter coat on this big boy. And it don't matter where you start, you just want to start to go with it. A lot of times you can tell where the fur separates. There'll be thinner fur on the inside, thicker fur on the outside. You want to go right down the line of the thick fur. And once again, you must leave evidence of sex attached. Like that. There, see it a little better. This one ended up in a creek, so he got a little bit wet and muddy and dusty dirty on the ride home, but we'll deal with it. But you want to try to get as much of this thick fur here. There's a line. You're probably not able to see it the way I got the camera, but it separates thicker, thinner. Thinner that way, thicker on the outside, so you want to cut right down the line to the anus. Here we go. I always try to pull the fur away where I'm going to be making my cut. Try not to cut the fur. So you just pull it back, make you a nice little cut line. You just want to cut through the skin. You don't got to go very deep and get in the meat. Difficult, but let's try it. That's how I do it. Everybody's got their own way. I put my knife in there, go up, and then I lift. Up and lift. Following that line to the center of the pad. Make sure you get as much as that outside thick fur out there. That way it's good for the rug. And there you go. So I've made my cut right there. Ouch, this hurt my knee. Let me get my coat under my knees. Give me a little padding now. Okay, then all you want to do is start your skinning process. You want to try to get as close to skin you can without cutting through it. So you lift and you slice, lift and slice without cutting through the hide. Make sure you don't cut the hair either as you're going. Sharp knife is what you want. you get into some of the fat. This being a spring bear, you won't have as much fat as you do in the fall. I personally prefer a spring bear. I utilize all parts of the bear and every animal I take. I use the meat, use the hide, use the skulls, and a lot of times use bones. So nothing goes to waste. You use the innards, the guts, and any fat and stuff for bait. See, I'm getting into some fat here. And the thing is, you want to try to get as much of this fat off as you can for the guy that's going to be doing the flushing. Just lift and keep slicing away. I've done probably not as many as most people, but probably 30 bears so far in my life. Countless deer and other animals, so probably making this look a lot easier than what most people will do, especially when they're just starting out. And I am no professional. Live a subsistent life off the land up here, and I said this is just my way of doing it. Once again, get as much as that fat off that hide as you can. Now it makes the fleshing, when you go to tan the hide, a lot easier to be done. Let me go to my small little case knife. It tends to work better for me if it's sharp. And we'll see. My finger can rest on it. Oh yeah. Always keep brushing that hair away. Pull and slice all you want to do here. Okay, pretty good right there. If you're able to see, that's still recording. Should be a red light flashing. Sometimes it'll shut off. Yeah, right there. So, and we're still focused pretty good there. All right, making progress, folks. You can follow me on Facebook, Alone in Alaska Adventures. I'm up here in the Copper River by myself, and this is what I do. I'm getting close to the nut sack and penis, so you must leave that attached for evidence of sex for Alaska fishing game. Now, you don't have to get black bear sealed in my area. I always do, because I ship them out to a Moyle Minking Company out of California and have them tanned proper way. These big game animals, the bears, grizzly bear, black bear. And then if I was to get a wolf or wolverine, I'd send them also to them, and my lynx. Everything else I'll tan myself the native way, old-fashioned way, using moose brains. Let's see, where am I at here? Tell you what, let me go down this other leg here. Straighten it out. Skeeters. Beautiful fur on this big boy. Did not see one rub mark. They'll start rubbing in spring to get rid of their winter hair, but I don't see any on him. You couldn't ask for a better hide. Alright, I'm at the anus on this side, so I'll go ahead and cut around it. And this glove ends up going to get in my way. Just going around the anus right there. Alright. Now I want to go from the center of the paw here on down. Separate the hair. Main thing, keep that hair separate. Make you a cut line and follow it. I'll tell you what, Ron, if you could untie this and maybe tie it to the back of the four-wheel to hold it up, that'd make my life a little easier right now. And keep it up in the air. Just anywhere on there, if you go around the handlebars or anywhere, I just want to keep it elevated here.
Where you want it?
Go ahead and tie it off there. That's perfect. Couldn't ask for any better. That is perfect. Thank you. Alright, now we're going to start on the second leg. Make sure this hairline's fully exposed. I got the anus right here. I want to come up. Well, he's got a big chunk of spruce sap right there. It needs to come out. Get that taxidermy. Now, when you get a bear, what you want to do is you want to spread them eagle. You want their arms and legs spread out. You want to open their mouth up, place a stick in their mouth, makes it a lot easier to skin out. This one I did okay, but it could have been done better. This makes my job easier, or whoever's skinning. But boy, he's got some thick fur on him. Beautiful bear. Beautiful bear. Okay, we're going straight down here. Right here's his knee. Then I have to come in at an angle since he ain't spread open for. Okay. Alright, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Once again, following that thick fur and the thin fur where they meet. You always want to put it away. See, I'm getting a little on there. You can't get around getting a little bit of the hair, but as least as possible. You want to leave on that hide. I'm going to make this into a nice bear rug. Just right to the back of the paw like so. Once again, pull the hair out of your way and then start slicing. Tell you what, I'll move this camera and give y'all a little bit better view here. Let's see how this does right here. try to stay out of your way so you can see a little bit, but once again, you want to pull back and get as close to the hide as you can. Leave them as much fat on the meat and bear as you can. You don't want to slice through that hide. And don't be worried if you slice through it. The taxidermist could sew it up for you. Took me many bears to get to where I'm at today. And you will slice through the hide. It's even still today, I slice through it occasionally. But like I said, they sew that up. It's no big deal. A little bit fat left on there, but they'll flesh that out. Just makes their job easier. But I'd rather leave it on and have it fleshed off at a later time than to slice through the hide. I'll try to get back down closer to the hide right now and save my friend Mike Willard a little work. If you're up in interior Alaska, near Glen Allen, Copper River, anywhere from Glen Allen to Valdez, I highly recommend you use Mike Willard. Look him up. He's near Edgerton Highway and Richardson Highway. Very great guy. Does excellent, the best work around. Extremely reasonable, and if you don't want to do this work, he can do the whole thing for you. It just costs more. But like I said, I live a subsistence life, so I live off the land. Everything I can do myself saves me money, and money's hard to come by up here. And getting a lot of that fat off there, doing great. Now, once you get down here and get the legs done as much as you can, you get to the tail section is where I get to here in just a few minutes. And then you want to be careful. You want to go round and round that tail. And before I do that, I'm going to want to measure him. So I'll pause the video and get a little measurement. Probably should have did it last night when he was still nice and pliable and without the rigor mortis setting in, but it'll give me a good idea. And you know, it's going to shrink a little during the taxidermy process, but you always want to keep pulling away on the fur and hair and slice as close as you can to that hide without going through it. Mosquitoes get me. Okay, almost ready to make my gut incision going up the center, and then I'll be doing the tail. So there, back to the anus now. Don't want to go too far because I want to make sure my center line is perfect going up the belly area. You know, I want to do my best making this into a great rug. And I know I said it, but I know this makes it look easy. It is not easy. With experience comes knowledge. And